We're going to be doing the inhibition exercises for self-induced myofascial release with a tennis ball rather than doing the massage ball on the floor or the foam roller. We're going to be doing it with the tennis ball on the wall. So the first area that we're going to do is going to be that tensor fasciae lata, that muscle on the top of the hip that comes together to make the IT band. So we're going to place the ball on the side of the hip. We're then going to wedge the ball between ourselves and the wall. And we're going to find a tender spot. We could roll back and forth, but we really want to find a nice tender spot, usually right at the top here. And when we do find that tender spot, you want to hold it for 30 seconds. Once we've found that tender spot, holding. Other areas that we're going to do are going to be the piriformis. When we have that overactive piriformis, we want to make sure that we're inhibiting that with the self-induced myofascial release. So with the piriformis, we're going to take this and put it right on the outer aspect of that glute. Try and find, there's like the glute max, and you're going to try and find that little kind of crevice right behind where that femoral head is. So right in this space. Again, you may wedge it between yourself and the wall. You may have to roll back and forth and kind of find where is that good spot for you. Find that trigger point, find that place. Remember to relax that leg that you're working on, and that you control the amount of pressure on that ball by how far your feet are away from the wall. So the closer those feet are, the less pressure. The further those feet are, the more pressure. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that that left leg, I'm working on my left hip right now, find a spot, hold for 30 seconds. Once you've held for 30 seconds, you may find another spot a little bit further down on that piriformis, and again, holding for 30 seconds. All right, another area that we're gonna do is going to be the adductor. So what we can do is we're gonna be placing it in this section here. We're gonna face the wall, and we wanna pin that ball between ourselves and the wall. Now, if this is a little uncomfortable for people, this is where the floor can come in. When we get on the floor, we're gonna place that ball right on that adductor, and you're gonna lay on your belly. So I'm gonna do the right side so you can see. We're gonna put that ball right on the adductor and find a place that is super tender. And we're just gonna relax and do some trigger point there. Remember to relax that working leg. You don't wanna have it all tensed up. We wanna be releasing that fascia, we wanna be releasing that trigger point area. And again, a little bit closer to the knee. Holding for 30 seconds. All right, the last place that we're going to do this is going to be the lataris vastoralis. This vastus lateralis muscle is going to be kind of right next to the IT band, right in this place here. So it already comes down right to the top of the knee. So we want to make sure that we're getting all the way from the top of the hip down towards the knee. Again, placing that ball on that particular space, wedging it between yourself and the wall. A trick I like to kind of use is if we have them stand up tall, shift that weight to the opposite leg that we're working on so you can pick up that working leg. You might stand a little bit closer to the wall so that you can push those hips close enough to the wall for that ball to be pinched in between the wall and yourself. You want to make sure that that working leg is relaxed and kind of hang it back with the weight in the opposite leg. Now, if they want to kind of rotate like a cylinder, right and left, find that place that's super tender for them. For a lot of people, that's going to be above their knee on the outside. And they may have to just kind of wiggle around to find that place. Remind them to keep that leg relaxed. Once they found it, hold it for 30 seconds. We want to make sure that we're also getting the upper or the proximal area of that vastus lateralis, so moving that ball closer to the hip and finding a trigger point there as well. And then even closer to the hip. Most of their discomfort is going to be towards the knee. because that is where it's pulling on that toe to move it up. So we want to make sure that they're getting next to the knee for sure.